This is Lexicon Poppyseed reporting in. I have the target in sight. She's getting ready to do another spoiler-free review. Do you copy? Over.
Jesus Christ, that's Jason Bourne.
What's up, crawlers? It's Nicole here from the Film Crawl, checking in for another spoiler-free review Tuesday. Welcome back to the channel. Make sure you're subscribed if you're new here. Thanks for joining us. We're going to be doing the Netflix original movie, The Old Guard, starring Charlize Theron, Kiki Layne, and Chiwetel Ejiofor. It is based on a comic book that seems totally badass and cool. I definitely want to check it out after watching this movie. It's directed by Gina Prince Bythewood, and yeah, you can watch it on Netflix, so make sure to check it out. This is going to be a spoiler-free review, so let's get it started. The Old Guard stars Charlize Theron as the oldest immortal leader of a group of mercenaries who have traveled the world for centuries using their powers for good. They help people, they like doing it, and eventually they get tired of the world and they kind of calm down on the combat, but their powers are found out and they're going to be used for evil, and they have to stop that shit before it gets out into the world and used for horrible purposes. And this is coupled with them finding a newer mortal, which hasn't happened in a really long time. She's played by Kiki Layne, a relative newcomer, and she's great. And the movie, you think it's a spy movie at first, but no, boom, it turns into like a superhero immortal combat movie. It's really good. So let's get into what I like and dislike about The Old Guard. I remember seeing a trailer for this movie a few months ago when movie theaters were open and being excited about it. So now that it's super easy to stream on Netflix, I'm glad that I get to watch it. It's a genuinely enjoyable movie, especially for like a summer action flick. Charlize Theron looks great. The costuming is pretty cool. It looks really badass. And the chemistry between everybody on this movie and just the action, everything just melts together and makes a really cool action flick. So if that's what you're looking for a fun summer night in quarantine, definitely check this movie out. The fight scenes were unique. They weren't the best in filming, but they weren't horrible. It wasn't like shaky cam. It was just like, it could have been a little bit better, but they were definitely unique and well placed in the movie, and it was really fun to watch, especially with the tricks that the stunts that you could see that people were doing. It was pretty cool. So that's definitely a like for me. The actors were amazing. I like Charlize Theron is the big name here. Chiwetel Ejiofor is a pretty big name too, and he does a pretty good job of being like a villain, or is he, you know, he does a really good job. And then we see Dudley in this. I honestly forget his name, I'm sorry, I didn't look. The villain line definitely was fun. It made sense, and it was definitely, you could tell it was like a comic book villain reason, but it was a lot of fun. That worked with the movie. And the diversity in this film, I mean, I gotta say it, like the badass ladies and the Asians, and then there's POC, like there's just, it was really cool and great to see that. There's a gay romance in this movie, and it led to one of the like most beautiful speeches on love towards the end of the movie. It was really good. Shout out to the diversity, female director, woo woo. Cool, yeah, so that's what I really liked about this movie. Let's get into the dislikes. It's not gonna be, you know, hardcore, but let's do it. There were two major points of dislike for me in the movie because the actors were so good and the movie overall was enjoyable. I overlooked, but they do stick out to me. The dialogue was definitely stale in some moments, and because the actors were so good that you can kind of forget about that or overlook that, but if they weren't great actors, you can definitely see it going the other way. So since I'm a sucker for dialogue, that's something that just stuck out to me. I don't know what I'm saying, guys. The other major point that really kind of, I was just like, damn, every time I heard a song, the songs were great. I was vibing for sure, but the where they placed the songs just seemed really odd to me. They weren't used particularly well, and they were great songs, like all of them. But there's one moment fairly early in the movie where Godspeed by Frank Ocean is playing, and I love that song. It's a beautiful song. I don't know if it fit in this movie where they placed it. I understand the sentiment around why, but they only played it for 5 seconds and it kind of transitioned out really weird. That was the major one that stuck out, but there were also fight scenes where the song was playing. I don't know, it didn't fit well for me. So I'm gonna throw it here in the dislikes, you know, because we gotta have one. That's really all the big ones that I have. There were moments in the film that I was kind of like, really, like, it was kind of unbelievable, to where you find out like your friend's an immortal and you're gonna do that. It's silly though. That's a little nitpick. So those are my dislikes. I hope you agree with him or don't agree with him. If you don't, please comment down below what you liked or disliked about this movie. We'd love to hear them. That's it for what I liked and disliked about this movie. Let me know if you agree with me. It is time for the infamous film crawl shot score. Don't have a shot with me, it's too early, unfortunately, but here we go. Let's give it a shot. If you're new here, let's put it up on the screen, show you how we rate it, so that gives you a lowdown of where our headspace is at. And for this movie, I'm definitely going to give it a 1 shot. It was awesome. I loved seeing the fights, I loved the mythology, I loved the great characters, and just everything about it was really fun. We do spy movies on here, it seems, like every couple of months, and and even though this isn't really a spy movie, it's just fun to do an action film that's actually good on the podcast. So that's my score. It's a 1 shot. Check the rating if you need a refresher on what that means. I think there actually might be a battle next week on our spoiler-filled discussion with Sam, because I don't know his exact thoughts, but it sounds like there might be a battle brewing. So definitely tune in next Tuesday to hear Sam and my thoughts on the full movie. Spoilers abound. Thank you guys so much for the support you've been showing the last few months. It's been really fun to film these videos, talking with Sam about movies. We watched movies before, and now in quarantine it's a lot easier. Hearing from you guys and just the support you've been showing by subscribing. Click, click. It's been really great. So in the comments below, let me know your thoughts on The Old Guard. Is there another action movie that you've seen on Netflix that is relatively, you know, quiet? If you do, let us know. We'd love to review it. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Here on YouTube, we're here every Tuesday. We're here. We're just, you know, grinding it out. So thanks for listening, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Make sure to watch The Old Guard on Netflix and tune in next week when Sam joins me.